Someone asked me to make a video about guys who blew me away in bed. And I will tell you that, first of all, I have really great sex sometimes with guys who are really unattractive. They're older, they're big, but what turns me on is when they're really sexual and they're really into me at that moment at least, and they really want to please me, and they're sexually self-expressed. They're not holding back on their desires and what they want, and then I get really more turned on. They want to go down on me, they want to make me come, but it's not a pressure to make me come. It's more like, and they let me know they have some kind of a thing they like. They're uninhibited. So they'll let me know, ooh, I really am into your legs. And they'll stroke my legs and my pantyhose. They're not like, ooh, I should never let her know I like legs or I like feet. They'll tell me what they're like. Ooh, I want you to do this, or I want you to do that. And when they start telling me what they want and sharing what they want, and uh, their sexuality without like needing, not in a way that, oh, I'm going to lay back, do this to me, baby. Not that they want to be serviced, not like that. They're into a specific thing we do together, like they're turned on by me doing something with them or them exploring a part of me. Like, I love it when guys want to see me because they're into mature women, or they like a certain thing about me. I get more turned on. I like it when you do, I don't want to say everything. um, that can really get me turned on. But if you want to talk about like the guys that I chose, that I hooked up with, one of the things that makes a sexual experience really exciting for me is some kind of novelty. And so after my divorce, what was so exciting was these young guys with these amazing bodies. Because the guys I hooked up with, they were like, some of the hottest ones were like some Marine officers in their early 20s. And the couple guys that were skateboarders, almost professional level, but there's a guy who was a hockey player. Those guys have like the most amazing toned, lean bodies, strong legs, and abs and ass and hard cocks that pointed to the ceiling. So for me, coming out of this marriage with this guy in his 50s who had erectile dysfunction, and seeing these young hot bodies with no wrinkles, and their cock standing up to the ceiling was like mind blowing. So I think it was mind blowing more because it was new and unusual for me. And I love seeing a guy's hips. I like it when they're lean enough I can see their hips. And I get a little turned off when guys are chubby enough that I see their pubic mound, especially if it's shaved. Like there's certain visual things that turn me off and certain visual things that turn me on. I love seeing a guy's hips. It's so sexy when he's thrusting and I see his hips. Like some women have certain visuals. I've heard a guy once leave a comment about how his wife loved his strong arms, his strong biceps. She would just like start biting it and it would just make her come. Me, I don't like big arms. I like my guys lean. So every woman has her own thing. But the thing that for me to have really good sex would be a guy that is extremely sensual and passionate and dominant and hot body. So if he's visually attractive, the kind of body that I like, if he's really sensual and passionate with me, like kissing me a lot and holding me tight and like really looking at me and really into me, and if he's dominant, he's not afraid to touch me or like making me like, I'm not going to touch you, I need to. He's dominant. He's comfortable with a woman's body. He leads. He starts things. He knows how to touch me because he's been with enough women, or he's been in a relationship. That's the thing. He's been in a relationship where he's learned how to touch a woman. He's comfortable with touching the pussy. He knows exactly how to do it in the way that most women like. He listens to a woman's body. He knows what she likes. And that makes for guys who are really good in bed. and if they're good looking or if they're really good with women, they have more experience already. But it's not about how many women you've been with. These guys own their sexuality. They want it. They feel worthy of it. The worst sex is with guys who are really shy, to be honest, because now I'm responsible for you and I like to be dominated. I'm a woman. Every woman I know likes to be dominated, okay? I think unless they're super guarded and like, I'm not going to open to you, I'm just going to be in charge. It's controlling. I think for a woman, usually a woman who only dominates usually wants to be in control, and the feminine energy is more surrendering and receptive and soft, and I like the more traditional way. I think that men who are shy are being the woman, now I have to lead. I'm not going to be as turned on. And that's fine in my appointments if that's what they want. Or it's fine on in a relationship periodically. But on the first experience with a man, I definitely need him to lead. And that's what makes really good sex for me. It makes really bad sex if he's tenuous, if he's afraid to touch me, if he's shy to touch me, any kind of fear around touching me or touching me too rough, not knowing how hard he can grab me. A lot of guys are afraid they're going to hurt me. They're surprised. I'm like, be gentle with my pussy, but touch me firmly. I want to feel your strength. I'm not going to break. And they're always shocked at how hard they can grab me, So let me tell you more turnoffs. Turnoffs: you're afraid to touch me. You're afraid to hurt me. Because you don't really know what a woman can handle. So if you're afraid, no. You don't know your way around a pussy. So you do things that feel painful, gropey. You touch me where I'm dry. You're too quick. You're too gropey. You don't know what you're doing. That's a turn off. You make it all about you. You withhold your sexuality. You withhold your aggression. That's a turn off. Okay, to summarize it, a turn off is a man who withholds his sexual aggression because he's been taught, in my belief, I could be wrong, by his mother. He's seen his mom being used by all these men who abandon her, and he's never going to be that man. He's never going to plunder a woman. He's never going to bring his sexual aggression forward and do to a woman what all those men did to his mom. Or he feels like his sexual aggression is bad because he associates that aggression with rage. And it's not. It's clean aggression, not dirty aggression like rage or anger. Probably had a dad who yelled a lot. And so he started to repress his natural aggression and made it a bad thing. Okay, that's a turnoff. Or, a lot of these guys had moms that were like, always be nice to a woman. That means, be nice. Girlfriends are nice to women. You're a man. You're supposed to want us sexually. You're supposed to dominate us. You're supposed to plunder me, use my pussy to get off. Come on. Bring it on. Be the man. I want to feel your strength. If I wanted all that nicety, I would be a lesbian. I'm saying this to men who need to hear this. A healthy woman is going to want your sexual energy. Your mom may have been hurt by men. Do not bring her pain forward. Do not bring the pain of your mother into your own life. Let that shit go. Okay? A healthy woman wants your sexual desire and aggression and lust, tempered with love and sensuality. So that's the other thing you need. If you're angry with women, I don't like men who just want to be serviced, or men who are angry with women or just want to fuck us as objects or emotionally closed off. That's what made the sex with my ex-husband so dissatisfying, is that he had some hurt around women or around sexuality. So emotionally, he was closed off during sex. And so it was really dissatisfying for me. I've had really great sex with guys in their early 20s. This is why. The younger men were raised by women like me who encourage their sensuality, who encourage their feelings. Their feelings are okay now. So they're bringing all that sensuality into the bedroom and their acceptance of their male sexuality into the bedroom. There's certain races I find that a lot of the Asian guys, if I know I'm seeing a young Asian guy, I already know he's going to be shy around. He's going to be shy. I don't know why. I think that there is something maybe in the Asian culture, maybe you guys know, that these young Asian guys are always really shy. I had a young gentleman over here the other day in his early 20s, Asian, super shy. And he wanted me to lead, and I wouldn't. I'm like, you know what? You're a really good catch. He's a good catch. Great career, very respectful, good manners, reliable, keeps his word. He's like one of the, I mean, he wasn't physically like super hot. He was a little bit chubby. I mean, he had a few extra pounds on him and he was shy. And the shyness takes away from the hotness. So by the time he left, he was walking like this, you know. So this is how I did it for him. Um, I I said, you're a really good catch. I could totally lead and give you this experience you want, but I'm not going to. I want you to lead. I want you to get comfortable touching a woman because you can have a girlfriend and then you can have all the sex you want. So we did like 6 or 7 times of starting out. I had him put his hand behind my back and then lean over and kiss me. We practiced that like 6 times. The thing was, once we got past all that and got into bed, he was amazing in bed, actually. He just had trouble with the first part of feeling like a woman wanted him. A woman wanted his sexuality. You know, a woman wanted his touch. You know, he started touching me like this. I'm like, we practiced how hard he could touch me. You know, like a little harder. And then he did it a little too hard. And I'm like, just a little softer. So I was teaching him the first part. And honestly, that's the part I struggle with when I'm having sex with women. And after my divorce, I had to learn how to approach women because I was dating lesbians. And I'm like, I can no longer wait to be pursued. I have to learn to pursue. And I had to learn to pursue lesbians. And what came up for me was the same thing. Women don't want me to touch them. Women will get mad if I touch them. Even when I started my coaching business and the coaches that I hired were telling me to be a sex coach for women, it took me like a year to see my wall, which was what comes up for me. If I talk to a woman about sex, she will be angry with me. She will be angry because my mother didn't want to talk about sex. I saw my mother in every woman. My mom didn't want sex. My mom was upset when I talked about sex. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh my God, I'm just seeing my mom, but this is a different woman, and a lot of women like to talk about sex. This might be helpful for you. Maybe in every woman you see your mom who hates sex, your mom who never wanted sex, your mom who was angry with men, and you're bringing that forward into your life. Drop that crap. Leave that behind. That was when you were little. Now you're an adult male dating adult women. And a healthy woman wants your sensual, aggressive, masculine energy and your feminine energy. That's your sensual part. You have to bring both with you. If you're just feminine and you want me to lead, it's not hot. If you're just masculine and aggressive and don't care how I feel, it's not hot. You have to bring both with you. And so do women, you know, we can't just lay there in bed like some pillow princess. We have to bring our sexual aggression with us too, like harder, baby, oh, I want you, you know. So I hope that these tips are really helpful for helping you see why maybe you as a man are not getting women. And to me, the biggest reason would be, the biggest reasons are, I think, but leave more in the comments, that you don't feel that you're afraid a woman can hurt you. So you're guarded. You're not pursuing. Consistently keeping your word, pursuing. Letting her know you're interested and staying consistent and pursuing with intention and focus and purpose. That you bring the same focus to a woman you're pursuing that you do to pursuing your career. Okay? And that pursuing your career is a lot easier because it's all mental. Pursuing a woman requires emotional vulnerability, but you have to bring that same thing. And when you're pursuing a woman, you have to lead with your heart, not with your mind. So this is where some of you get tripped up. Okay? My second tip is own your masculine energy and strength and don't leave it at the door. When you talk to a woman, bring your cock with you. A healthy woman wants to feel you piercing her. She wants to feel, I'm talking about myself, okay, I want to feel your interest in me, your emotional investment in me, and your cock interest in me. I want to feel your interest in me as a man, that you're mentally interested in me, that you care about my feelings, and that you want me sexually, but at my pace. I want to feel all that to be interested in you. And I think that guys who bring all that on are going to get a lot of women. That's what I think. But hey, what do I know? Because I only see the world through my own filter and through my own experiences and through the men that are attracted to me and the YouTube watchers that are attracted to me, that watch my stuff and leave comments. And maybe I don't listen to everything I hear because I filter it out. I'm just one person sharing my experience, and if there's something I left out, please share it with me because I always want to keep growing and learning. So, thank you. Oh, there was something else I wanted to say about why women aren't promiscuous too. I want to add one more thing to that video. I thought about last night because I make my videos on the fly. My son was saying the other day, he's been staying with me a few days here and there. He's been saying, Mom, I can't believe you can just make a video and just talk. And it's true. That's what I do. Like the video about why women aren't promiscuous is probably one of my best videos. I just came off of it off the top of my head. But I don't like to edit. I do best when I free flow. I kind of feel like I'm in a zone when I'm making these videos. So I like making them. But one more reason that women aren't as promiscuous as men, unless they're drunk or whatever, like I mentioned, is that we are more emotional. And that could be biological because we are the babies grow in our bodies and we nurse them. We're the caretakers of the young. We biologically need to be more emotional and more tuned into other people's feelings. And so we bring that into our relationships too. Women are more emotional. We have friends and we talk and we chat. And guys typically don't. So whether it's biological or cultural, we go through life being more emotional, okay? And we bring that into sex. So when we have sex with guys and we share all this affection, and then you ghost us, we don't like that. You just used us for sex, but you were so nice to me, and now my feelings are hurt. And 3 guys did it. I'm not doing this again. And that's why I stopped hooking up. That is the reason I stopped hooking up. Because guys were either bad in bed, or if they weren't good in bed and I wanted to see them again, often they were just done with me. And I'm like, this doesn't feel good. So why would I do this again? And for a lot of guys, they have no problem with that. And that's why they pay women for sex and women don't pay men for sex. People are like, yeah, because you guys can get it. But why can we get it? Okay, get to the deep reason. Why can we get it? Because you're just willing to slide it in anywhere and then take off. And we want to have you, care about us. Oh, we just did the sexual thing and it was really good. It would be so nice if you asked me for lunch after and just were into me a little bit outside the bedroom and not just in the bedroom. Was this, this affection you showed me was just so yummy. Now it's just gone. Now I just feel used, that is a real thing. I feel that. That's why I make guys pay me to be with me, because otherwise I don't want it. Otherwise I just feel used. Give me something in return. And what's most important to a man, and it's easier for a man to spend his money on a woman than give his heart. but at least I got something that's of value to him. I don't feel used. I give him something that's of value to me. And I have these cats here. And I'm afraid of this cat because sometimes he bites me. But you see, I'm nice to him because he still comes close to me, but I'm like, and that's where women are a little bit like cats, you know, like you got to warm us up and open us up. Anyway, I need to go on a run, I think, today, right now. And I just love making these videos. I love making these videos because it's super fun for me. I don't monetize my videos. And another thing I want to say, I start out right on topic. I don't start out with a big musical introduction or subscribe to my page, hire me and work with me. I don't want to do all that stuff. I want to share who I am. That's what I want to do. And obviously, you know I'm a coach. I like business. I want to make more money. If you want to subscribe, you'll freaking subscribe. I don't have to bore you by telling you to subscribe. If you want to work with me, you'll work with me. I don't have to bore you by like hustling for clients. You know, I'm not going to hustle for clients. That's not what I do. I share who I am, and you can subscribe if you want. You can hire me if you want. I had to throw that out there. Now on my Twitter, I do kind of try to encourage people to subscribe to my porn page, or you know, I try to entice them a little bit to want to work with me, and I let them know that I'm available for certain type of appointments, or that people can subscribe to my porn page. Any of you guys want to see my porn page? I was a top 1% model at OnlyFans until they kicked me off for being an escort, and now I'm in the top 1% at Just for Fans. Last year I made $67,000 on my OnlyFans and Just for Fans, but I'm not advertising that on here because I use a stage name. I've separated my businesses, but if you want to see my porn page, send me an email, and then I will send you the link to it. It's on Just for Fans. You can also look at the escort ads in San Diego and find me there in the mature section. It's again under a stage name. I just made a bunch of content. I made a 28-minute long video with a 68-year-old gentleman doing all kinds of stuff. And now I'm in the process of setting up bisexual encounters with him, because he and I both want to explore male bisexuality. So we're doing male, female encounters and setting those up. So I have a lot going on with that stuff. I just don't usually talk about it on here, but why not? So I did that. I made a bunch of videos yesterday in some really sexy little outfits that I bought. Like this waspy thing, corset, and it's very classy. I wear a lot of like those 50s things with the stockings and the garters. I try to keep it very classy and not show too much, although I did show some cock riding videos because I have that nice round ass with like my little pink butt plug in. So, but I keep it all like super tasteful and refined, but like playful, hot, sexual. And I show different parts of me. I never show my face for my sex work on the public media. I don't show my face. I use a stage name. I don't show my face. To see my face in my sex work, you have to give me something like a subscription or make an appointment with me. Otherwise, I'm not. I've separated these things out, and that's why I no longer give you the link to my Just for Fans or whatever on YouTube, because I want my YouTube channel to be more about my ideas and expressing myself when it comes to sex, love, and relationships, rather than enticing people sexually. That's a different business. So I have many different parts of me. You know, I have the part of me that's a mom, and the part of me that goes and works out with my trainers, and I'm a daughter, and I'm a sister, and I take care of these cats, and I clean my apartment, and you know, I have different businesses. Like, I'm not always I don't want to be lumped into like You know, I'm a woman with feelings and desires, you know. I'm a full woman, but I don't want to share all of myself with everyone in the public. So different people get to see different parts of me, and one day when I'm in a relationship, that guy would get to see all of it. When I'm in a relationship, that guy will get to see all of it. This part of me, the porn page part of me, the escort page classy more part of me, the mom part of me, the, you know, cleaning my house part of me, the part of me likes to train and work out and lay around and sleep, all of me. But I think unless we're in that kind of a relationship, people don't have access to all of us. And I think I gave you guys access to a lot already, but like not everything. Okay. Yeah, so we're doing some bisexuality exploring, and for that I realized I have to update my ads and my social media and tell guys I like that when they're bisexual, so I'm sharing that now. I'm going to take some videos and photos today of me in like this very sexy little corset that one of my clients bought for me. I'm going to wear it today for him, and I'm going to wear a strap on and take some photos and videos to post to advertise, you know, that I like pegging guys, that I like bisexual men, and that I want to encourage men to explore their sexuality. And that's too why if a guy asks me for a reference, I'm happy to give it. I'm all for men exploring their sexuality with whoever they want, you know. I don't own you. And it's a great compliment when a man has developed enough confidence in the escort experience that he's like, I'm ready to try somebody else. After me or in addition to me, I'm ready to try someone else, you know. Yeah, it kind of feels like, oh, I lost the client, or why doesn't he like me? But those are thoughts. He has the absolute right to try other people. So I am taking a stand for men to experiment with their sexuality. And if I can support them professionally in that way, either through my porn page or my escort business, I'm taking a stand for that. I'm taking a stand for men to embrace their sexuality in a healthy way, sensual aggression. I take a stand for sensual aggression and you sharing who you are. And also I want to say, in good sex, I'm not responsible for your emotions, and you're not responsible for mine. There can be no caretaking. I have to wonder if he likes what I'm doing, if she likes what I'm doing. Stop the wondering, stop the caretaking. It's not erotic. I count on you to show me what you want, tell me no when you don't want. You're an independent human being, and we're going to enjoy this dance together. I'm not responsible for you. I'm not responsible for guessing what you want. That's what I mean. I'm not responsible for guessing what you want, and I'm not, because now I'm in caretaking mode, and that's not erotic. So that brings me to the finale again of, you know, what makes a guy really good in bed, and that's that he's not trying to guess what I want. He's just unapologetically being his sensual self, kind of reading my body, and I don't feel responsible for him, and he doesn't feel responsible for me. I went off on some tangents, but I'm okay with that. So it's my videos. You're not paying for this, so I get to make it how I want, but I try to stay on topic. I hope you liked my video. And I'm going to go. By the way, I want to say one more thing. This is the best my hair has ever looked in my whole freaking life. It's never been this long. I have never in my life had hair this long and this healthy. As something I've been working on. And I'm going to be 60. In 2 months, I'll be 60. And this is the best my hair has ever looked. So ladies, do not think that your peak is at 24. My peak was not at 24. My sexual peak was not at 24. I am still working on my peak, baby. My hair wasn't the best. My body wasn't the best. You know, my emotional knowledge wasn't the best. And yeah, I know there's going to be a time when I physically start to decline as I go into transition into the next life of like no body. Like my body will at some point physically deteriorate, but not yet. It's not happening yet, baby. Don't let those guys tell you that you're market peak is at 24. If you take good care of yourself, you nourish your body and love your body, and you exercise and eat well, your peak is going to be in your 50s or 60s. That's what I want to say. Now, you might have a preference for younger women, that's fine, but don't tell me that that's the peak. That's just the beginning of the journey. If you want someone to have children with, the peak is probably 20s and 30s. I agree with you on that. But for a relationship and for good sex, the peak comes much later. A woman's sexual peak is in her 40s or 50s. And hey, mine is still peaking. So I want to give women that ray of hope. Okay. Thank you for watching my video.